This video's purpose is to show how to enable centralized root access for member accounts. So I can record everything that happens. On the right hand side, this account that starts with A160 is my master account, my root. And here is an account, my member account. I plan to delegate my access to member account so I can administer the root, centralized root access in a delegated account with account number starts with 1169. There you go. So the account is already enabled and master account does not have an option. So master account password cannot be removed. But this is my delegate account. Now I'm going to log on. As you can see, this is under IAM. So here I'm going to log to IAM. But this user ID has zero access, nothing. Can't even read because I want to see what access do I need to give to this user to give it sufficient policy to access root account management here. So I will stop the video and write the policies and then come back to it. Okay, so now I've created the basic policy that will allow me to administer root password from a delegated account. And these are the policies that's needed. And I found something very interesting, that this action can actually be spelled out on which account you want to administer. So if I only want to administer one account, I can specify that. And if I want to specify more accounts, so I can actually segregate, like pick and choose which account I want this delegation to have access to, which is very interesting. Okay. The next test is I have a bucket in my delegate account, which is this bucket, and I'm going to add a deny all policy here so I can test the recovery. So as soon as I put this policy on, I should disable my own access as well. So as you can see now, I can still see the bucket policy, but everything else is blocked. Everything is blocked, so I can't see anything. So now I have to test in my delegate account because my delegation does not have list bucket access, so I can't even see that S3 bucket. However, if I want to recover it, then I will select the account and take privileged action, and I would say delete S3 bucket policy, and you can browse S3, and here's the bucket. And then you can click on delete bucket policy, and you can expand the bucket policy and make a copy of it. Save the bad work for later on. Further investigation. Too many. The only thing you can do is to type the word confirm. You cannot edit this bucket policy or do anything. You can only delete it by typing confirm here and click delete. So now if you look at the S3 bucket, because I don't have list bucket access in this account, so I still get access denied because I can't list bucket. But if I come back here and I refresh this, now the bucket policy has been deleted and I am able to work on the bucket again. Try again. Edit. Paste in the horrible policy. Save. Now as soon as I do that, if I refresh, I can no longer see any of the metadata on this bucket again. So all we need to do is to come back to the delegation account, select the account where you know where the bucket is, take privileged action, delete S3 bucket policy, browse for the bucket in that account, in that particular account. Select this, and then delete bucket policy, and you type confirm, delete, and it's done. So if you have already deleted the bucket policy and you want to try it out, just say, okay, I want to delete the bucket policy. And we choose the same bucket and click on choose delete bucket policy. It will tell you that the specified entity does not exist. The bucket policy does not exist. So if you type confirm, it doesn't matter because there's no bucket policy. So if you delete it again, it's doing nothing. So once it's deleted, we come back to our account. Then whoever that has permission to modify this bucket now can rely on the IAM permission to grant the correct access. Bucket policy is empty. So now we've seen the effect of spelling out each account number and the root. So if I don't want to delegate any more, if I don't want to have any further delegation and I just want one role to be able to recover all the passwords for every account. Actually, let me try to do this. Let me try to recover the account. So I am able to do that. Now this account can be recovered. So I'm going to try it. So I'm going to click on forgot password. And it's now sending an email to my recovery account. So let's wait for it right here. So if I'm able to recover the password, then this link should work. So now I can type in a new password. Now the password has been reset, so I can sign into my account as root. So I'm going to disable it again. Delete root user credential. Confirm. And now let me refresh it. So now it's not present again. So let's say if I try to log on using root user email and use the password. Okay, now I'm going to try the password I just set before I delete it. Now it says your root user credential are not available. Sign in. So if I click on forgot password again and go through the CAPTCHA, obviously I can't read. 3R. Cool. So now it says another email has been sent. Now note that I have removed my password. However, you will still get a password reset link like this, except when you try to log in again using that link, it will tell you password recovery failed because password recovery is disabled for your AWS account. Please contact your administrator. So that concludes my demo. The takeaway is that you cannot further divide the different administration of your root assume session. So whoever that can recover the password can also delete the S3 bucket and SQS policy because it's root. You can't further segregate like who can do this or this or this. It's all for one role. You can segregate which accounts, but you can't segregate who can delete S3 bucket or SQSQ policy or allow password recovery. That concludes my